Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to one and all. Today's lecture is just a revision of the previous two lectures, where in my first lecture I told you the latitude and the next lecture was about longitude. Today just a fast revision towards it. Latitude is used to find place all over the globe of the replica of the world, where it has your main line is your equator, the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere, the Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere, 23.5 degrees north and south of the equator. The northern hemisphere has 90 latitudes, whereas the southern hemisphere also has 90 latitudes. Therefore, each hemisphere is having 90 latitudes each. Total of 180 latitudes to calculate or to find the place on the replica of the Earth. That's for your latitude. Now we move on to your longitude. The other name is meridian, where longitudes are used to calculate time. We've already told you earlier, where 1 degree is equal to 4 minutes. 1 degree is equal to 4 minutes. Remember that. Whenever you go east to east, you add time. West to west, you add time. And from east to west, you subtract time. And from west to east you come, you add time. You be very careful using your number line process in that manner. Now, longitude, where the lines go through the North Pole and the South Pole. Therefore, the whole circle is being made in a continuous manner, where we have 360 degrees in all. It has the way you have your latitude, your northern and southern hemisphere. Same way for your longitude, you have your eastern and western hemisphere. Latitude have 90 latitudes in each hemisphere, whereas the longitude has 180 longitudes or meridian in each hemisphere. A total of 360 longitudes on the whole replica of the world. And 1 degree is equal to 4 minutes in that way. The way you have your latitude is 0 degree, latitude is your equator. Same way, the 0 degree longitude or the meridian is called as prime meridian, and it passes through London. That is why it is known as Greenwich Meridian Time or Greenwich Mean Time. If you have any doubts, any queries regarding your latitude and your longitude, you are most welcome to chat with me. I am available 24/7 in that case. Now my next topic is the seasons of the earth. Which season comes when and in which month? Where do we lie? Where does India come? Where does Brazil come? And what are the seasons of India and Brazil respectively? Keeping all of that in mind, we have to make the complete movement in a particular way, showing you different figures of the earth and the sun. At present, India is having summer, therefore the sun rays is supposed to be directly on the Tropic of Cancer. It is directly on the Tropic of Cancer. That is why India is here, and the rays of the sun following directly on the Tropic of Cancer. India is facing summer solstice. India is facing summer solstice, and the date of this particular place on the earth's surface is 22nd of June. 22nd of June every year. It is specially because it is on the Tropic of Cancer. The sun rays fall directly on the Tropic of Cancer. Similarly, on the other side, if you move on to the other side and you see out here, at this time of the year, the rays of the sun are following directly on the Tropic of Capricorn. The sun rays are following directly on the Tropic of Capricorn. That is why Brazil will have summer out here and India will have winter out here. Out here at the summer solstice, India is having summer, whereas Brazil is having winter. And simultaneously or inversely, in a reciprocal manner, here Brazil is having summer, and this comes in the month of December. This comes in the month of December, winter solstice, that is 23rd December. In that case, your equator as it is there. Now you can understand that India and Brazil, India is having summer during the month of June, whereas Brazil is having winter. And in the opposite way, in the month of December, India will be having winter and Brazil will be having summer out there. Because it is obviously showing you that the rays of the sun are falling. During the summer, it is falling on the Tropic of Cancer, which passes through the center of India, whereas in winter, the Capricorn part is passing through the center of Brazil. Now if you move on to the center part of it, where we have equinox, where there is equal day and equal night. At that time, the sun falls directly on the equator. At that time, the sun falls directly on the equator, where there is equal day and equal night in both the hemispheres, where there is equal day and equal night during the both the hemisphere. The rays of the sun fall directly on the equator. Directly on the equator. The one out here, this is called as your spring equinox, 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 and here is your autumn equinox. And this happened in the month of 23rd March, and out here it is 22nd of September. And the movement of the earth is in this manner. It is